Hi, I'm Greg and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working in Sibelius, working on some piano pieces. Let's fire that up. And I want to, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'll be honest with you. I really just want to have some fun. It's been a while since I composed something new with all this learning curve with the tech cameras and whatnot. Trying to learn YouTube content creator stuff. I kind of lost my focus. You know what I want to do is I'm a retired construction worker, and I want to focus on music. That's my roots. That's what I went to college for. I want to do this till I die, and hopefully that's going to be for a long time yet. Okay, so yesterday I was working on the next set of pieces that I'm hoping to get started on, and one of these is I'm just calling it a nocturne. Yes, we want to use the VSL, so we're going to let this go ahead and load up, and can remind me about that later. Let's unmute Pro Tools. All right, so we got the piano. We can just minimize that for now. And this is kind of where I left off yesterday. Oh, there's a few things about all of this. You know, I thought, oh, I should just start from scratch and show it. It never works out that way. And I'm kind of learning as I go too, so bear with me. Yeah, we started here at this double bar line, and basically we got a page worth of music done. We're just reviewing. Alright, let's stop it there. I'm not real happy with this little section here. This sounds okay, but it's not what it's written. It's playing more notes. It's showing these as clusters. Let me just play it from here. Yeah, so I'm going to just see if I can rewrite this or re-notate this. I'm just highlighting those bars. I'm going to go to Re-notate, Performance, and I'm going to try, I don't know if it'll let me this time, but I'm going to see if I can do it to the 32nd note if it goes to. So by quantizing this to the 32nd note, it didn't help it. These notes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These should be 8. Where the hell am I at? Should be a 16th note. Okay, there. That's what we wanted the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go here, 5, and it's all right. And then the rest of it should be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that should be a triplet then to that. So it should be okay. We're gonna make this triplet. Okay. And then I want to switch this around. I want the 2 to be first, so it sounds like it's getting faster. So the other way to do this would be to run a retrograde on that part of the complex rhythm, but I found that Sibelius has some bugs that will either crash the computer or it just won't do the operation. So first thing I think we need to do is I have to eliminate the tuplet. Let me zero in. Will it even let me? Yeah. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is set this to a 16th note, and now I wanted them over here. Okay, now on this one is where we're going to create the 5. So now this we want to be a dotted quarter, and that should be tied over to a 16th. So, and that should change once I tie it. No, it didn't. Okay, so we're looking to do that. Okay, so we got the rest there. We're going to leave that rest there. We want this to be a dotted quarter. And again, we're going to... Now that should go away. Right, once I tie it over. Then we want this rest here. This one can hang. One of these, yeah, this rhythm here is wrong. It should be 3 plus 3. How do we do that? Beam groups. Let me see. Reset beam. Yeah, let's see if it lets me. I have them set 3 plus 3 on the 8th notes. 16s, it should be 6 plus 6. So, but it didn't do it. So we have to do it manually. Let me hear it. Da-da. Make this a triplet. And like that. This doesn't look right either. 16, so this should just be a dotted 8th. 8th dotted. But again, we're trying to keep this. And sometimes I like rhythms going across the beat line. So what I'm trying to explain is if I'm in key signature is 6/8. It's kind of arbitrary because this is a very eclectic kind of piece. But it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So groups of 3/8 and 3/8. And that's how, or 6/16, 6/16. And it should stay that way. It should be consistent. So when we're looking at this, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one group, and then you have a dotted quarter. That's the second group. Same thing with this, although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should just be a 16th tied over to a quarter. So let's fix this. Here's a case in point. We're going to change this to just a 16th note. That's the first group. Now the second group should just be a dotted quarter. And that should be tied. That's what it should look like. Move this bar line out of the way. Now it's correct. This obviously should just be a dotted quarter. That's the same thing. So Sibelius is a good program. Don't get me wrong. I love using it. It's just sometimes you have to go in and manually edit those kinds of things. Getting back, here's another one of them. That when you hear it played, it's separated. Why? Because if I go over here to note input, or where is it at? Play. I have it set to live playback. That's playing it the way I played it on the keyboard. If I take it off, it's going to play it the way the clusters and everything else are on the page. Please select the passage. Okay. Play this passage here. Take that off. Okay. And let's just... And it played it as a cluster. Did you hear it? Let me try it again. Let's just listen to the right hand. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you, but that's not what I played. If I click on live playback, now it should play exactly how I played it. P. It sounded the same, but I didn't hear the cluster that time. That's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So why don't we just make this all 16ths? Starting here, I got it set to 16ths, and we'll just go. Okay. And then starting here, we'll carry that, and then change that to a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, that should just be... I'm dumb. All right. Like I said, it's been so long since I just sat and used this program. All right, what else am I trying to fix? I just saw a bunch of stuff. Like, here's more stuff here. Like, this should just be written as an 8th note, you know. And I'm using the keypad here, and it's also reflecting here. I could use the mouse and you know, change this to an 8th note by clicking the 8th note, and it changed it to an 8th note. You know, or I could just come here and hit 2. I'm sorry, that's a 16th. Hit 3, and it changed it to. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's this bar. Okay, so I want this note to hold, so we're going to make that a dotted quarter, and we can tie it over. Hit the enter to give it the tie. This should just be tied. 1, 2, 3. That should just be an 8 dotted 8th note. I want to get off of this, but this could be a quarter rest. It doesn't have to be a... Stuff's on top of each other over here too. Let's just see if I can... yeah, see, this could just be a dotted 8th. Sometimes if you just grab the note and slide it with the mouse, it moves the whole group out of the way, and you can manually go in and move some things around to clean it. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself with composition. I like to do this in steps where you go in and create, then you go back and edit, just like an author would do. First they write, then they edit. So, you know, you just get the words on the page, so to speak. It should just be 2 dotted 8ths. You know, 8th dotted, and this should be an 8th dotted. It just looks cleaner, and it's showing this 2 against 3. Just reset this whole line. See, I knew it was going to do that. At some point, I knew it would start doing that. Let's see what that does. Yeah, see, it's starting to move bars around because there's just not enough room. You know, I could do the whole piece, but I'm trying to discipline myself for the sake of this video and just stay on a page. It's starting to get hard now. I'm like, something don't look right here. You got 1, 2, 3. This could just be a dotted eighth. Here's another. This could just be an eighth. This could be an eighth. I want to keep these separate and show them ties so that I maintain this group and this group, the first half of the measure and the second half of the measure. So here's one here that could be a dotted eighth. This obviously should just be a dotted eighth. Here's another one dotted eighth. And it's not going to really change anything. I got to fix that, but I just want to see what I'm dealing with here. Yeah, so this would be a dotted eighth. Why did that do that? Let me see. This should be an eighth. Yeah, going across the bar line or going here, I want to tie them to maintain that. But there are occasions where I'll want it, if not even for just aesthetic, the way it looks, to have a beam cross a bar line. It's mostly just to keep those groups of notes attached to that idea. So that when it's played, it makes more sense. Because at some point, you commit this to memory. Well, I don't know if you commit my pieces to memory, but I know when I learn a piece, at some point, that's what I do. Once I get the notes off the page, as I'll say, then you're just looking at the piece on the as patterns and as what you're already hearing, and you'll shape the piece, you know, closer to, I don't know, what am I trying to say? I don't know, if you're a composer, maybe you understand what I'm trying to get at. It's the reason why you would group across a bar line, or you would beam groups in odd groupings, is to maintain how, you know, it's just a way, an indicator pointing how you want that to be played. It's just that simple. All right, so we talked about, you know, changing this versus leaving it, and I'm going to leave it because it makes more sense here. You know, and then again, I just, little stuff like that bothers me. I like, at some point, like even here, if you grab the beams and then slide them up, you can get them out of the way so that this stuff fits. And a lot of times too, what I'll do is I'll do a Command A and highlight everything, and then come over normal. So you can start to change the size to get it to feel right. And I just leave it at the defaults because I don't want to fight the program. And once I get all my notes in and I get it flowing, then I'll go back and I'll look and I'll see where the thing ends. Am I ending on an oddball number of pages? I'll try to work the systems, work the number of systems per page, the size of the notes so that it looks right on them. I mean, you don't want to be squinting. You want them large enough so that if you're sitting at a keyboard or if you're sitting at your chair and you're playing the thing, you want to be able to read it. So you want to be kind to your musicians. Somehow this got really strange because of all this. And I don't like but I don't have a whole lot of choice. What happens, what would this look like if I just tried to make those a system? See, that looks better. And again, we have 1, 2, 3. And then this one's a long one, so I'll leave that as 2 bars. Okay, that looks a little better. This should just be an 8th note. This should be an 8th note. Like I said, there's so much you can do. Like all of these other pages need to be fixed as well. But again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. Right now, I'm just trying to get the ideas down. And I'm getting ahead of myself. I'd like something else to happen here. So when we do this, I'm thinking it might be nice to have that echo at the octave. Okay, so let's just step those in, is the easiest way. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So it's da. And that could be an 8th note. And then this one is so this would be starting here, change it to a 16th note, and okay, and then change that last note to an 8th note. Now let's see what it sounds like. From here. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's set this up. And the same thing here. Okay, starting here. And if I just descend in this augmented I started on the wrong. There we go. All right, let's see what that sounds like. How about if this echoed? Da 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 da. Da da da. It's just an E7 chord. All right, well. No. I like it. But see, this is just a run, and it's showing it as clusters. I got to try to write that the way I played it, because it's not writing it the way I played it. It's playing it the way I played it, but it's not notating it the way I played it. And I kind of like that. I love how this whole progression is shaping now. It's all right. Let me just listen. So it definitely starts here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. So we want these to be, so how can I get 6 notes into here? Making them 64th notes instead of 16th or 32nd notes. Okay, easy enough. Is it going from lowest to highest? Let's listen. Almost. It's like these 4 are separated and that was just one, but I'm going to make them all separate. And we're going to make them as 64th notes. I'm sorry, 32nd notes. So let me learn it. C, D, E, F. Now is that playable? Like that. And I think we're going to tie it over to that. So okay. And then here. And then tie it. Let's listen to that. You know, I think rhythmically it's one less. Yeah. It's this. Why don't we just do that? So we'll keep that one there. Let's delete this one. And then put that one there. And make that part of the line. Like, there's no rules for this stuff. I'm going by what just sounds good. What I like. Because what sounds good might not, what I like might not sound good. All right, you know what I mean. Let's see. I like it, but this, it sounds like there's mistakes. So I'm going to make these the intervals. So instead of F and G here, we can do no. This should just be a triplet to maintain the speed coming out of that. that. Yeah, that would create a kind of like a cross rhythm. Copy that, put it here, change it to a quarter note. Copy this, put it here, change it to a quarter note. Now tie this and tie that across the bar line. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, let's go back to the beginning of this double bar line and work it. Would sound really cool right there. So it would require a little work. We just add a bar. Let's just try it as an experiment. And then maybe we'll just take this rhythm, copy it to here, and then just take these down. Move that over. Let's change it. So again, I'm not sure what this is going to sound like. Yeah, it should be da, da. Okay, now let's tie it. That's what I was trying to do. You know, let's just go back to here and listen. This cluster. I don't like the cluster. I don't like the C natural. Delete. I like that. We're getting somewhere, but this is kind of how I like to work and just shape it. One more time from the double bar line, then we're going to close this thing up. Let's see. Well, there was something else. Okay, so it's too predictable there. So, and I like that it's going up and it's building intensity. But I noticed this yesterday and I wanted to address it. If we were to just take this part right here and retrograde the pitches only, So it builds up and it comes back down. Although this repeat note, I'm not so sure how that would work. I think it might be better. Let's listen. I almost want this to be a 16th. No? That. See what that sounds like. Yeah, and this should continue as well. This one. This rhythm here is bothering me. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be a 16th. And then it should be tied to that. Try it again. Well, I don't know where the hell it's going. It's going somewhere. I like this piece. I like the direction it's going. I like what it's doing. I just don't know where it's going to fit into the overall piece. And it's not, these are not rocket science decisions here. I'm just going by what I think I like and what I think sounds good. This is how I like to compose. But yeah, I'm kind of satisfied with where this is going. I guess this is a good jump off point for now. I don't know how beneficial this was for you. I hope it was. If it is, and if you don't like it, and if it angers you, tell me. Tell me why. I like feedback. I feel like I'm not in this YouTube land. I would really like to get some feedback on what you guys think, if you even made it this far, or maybe share some of your ideas on how you would compose a piece like this. And this is what I like to do. So till the next time, thanks. See you later.